I still remember the day my father took me to the cemetery of forgotten books for the first time.
Daniel, you must not tell anyone what you're about to say today. Not even your friend Thomas. No one.
Not even mommy?
Of course, you can tell her. We keep no secrets from her. You can tell her everything.
At noon, I approached my father to quiz him about the book and about Julian Carax. Dad, do you know who wrote The Shadow of the Wind? To my surprise, I discovered that my father.
I don't know the book Daniel or Julian Carax.
Had never heard of The Shadow of the Wind or Julian Carax.
Perhaps Marcelo can help us.
What do you say, laddie? 40 euros isn't bad for a first date. I raised that to 6 euros.
Don't look at me. I'm only here as an escort.
Let's see, Junior. What do you want?
What I want is to know who Julian Carax is and where I can find other books he's written.
We will make a deal. Tomorrow, Sunday, in the afternoon. Drop by the Ateneo Library and ask for me. Bring your precious find with you so that I can examine it properly. And I'll tell you what I know about Julian Carax.
So, are you going to tell me where you find the book?
I would, but I promised my father I would keep the secret.
I see. May I have a look? You've read it, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
I envy you. I've always thought that the best time to read Carax is when one still has a young heart and a black soul. You don't know my niece, Clara, do you? Actually, the part on Julian Carax is Clara. I will retire to another room, if you don't mind, to examine this time while you get to know each other.
My private tutor, Museo Frog, bought me this book called The Red House. Never before had I feel trapped. So did seduce and catch up in a story.
I could read to you if you like, Miss Clara.
Thanks, Daniel. I'd love that. I will see you tomorrow.
A good night for rumors, Daniel.
How do you know my name?
I know a lot about you. Your name is on the list of it, and you have something that interests me. I'm ready to pay you good money for it.
For what?
For The Shadow of the Wind.
I don't have that book. And if I did, I wouldn't sell it.
Your integrity is admirable. Say how much? 1,000 euros? Money means nothing to me. You set the price.
I've already told you, it's not for sale. And I don't have it. You and I are not friends.
With so much on your mind, you just haven't realized it yet. Your friend Clara, for instance, a woman like that. Anyone could lose his senses.
Clara doesn't have the book. You should know that. Don't you ever dare touch her again.
Carax, I'd say there are almost 10 people in this town who know of him or who have read this book.
Well, one of them is intent on setting fire on it. I can think of a better hiding place than this.
This is a cemetery, not a safe.
Exactly. What this book needs is to be buried where nobody can find it.
She was the one who had corresponded with Carax and over the years, they had formed friendship of sorts. Her name was Nuria.
You seem to know her very well.
More than she thinks I do. She's my daughter.
Do you mean they were lovers?
As a child, she'd remember everything. Don't tell Nuria what I've told you, will you? What's being said here tonight should go no further.
Don't worry. Do you think she still thinks about Carax?
Why, here's Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
Oh, so you know each other?
Daniel is an old friend of the family.
Well, I think I'm in the way here. I'll just tell your father that I'm looking for the book called Moore's Lair.
Consider it done.
I'll be off.
Listen, Bea. About that insult. I promise.
I was only teasing you, Daniel.
I didn't know you studied here.
It's my first year.
Literature?
What I like is reading. Besides, you meet interesting people here.
Thomas says, you're getting married to Lieutenant Cascos Buendia.
As soon as Pablo finishes his military service.
You're wrong about me. Because we can be friends if you let me try.
That sounds fair. Friends?
Senora Monfori, I'm Daniel. Your father gave me your address some time ago. He said might be able to talk to me about Julian Carax.
What do you want?
Please, let me explain. Because 8 years ago, I found the Shadow of the Wind at the cemetery. You saved it from being destroyed by a man.
I'll only take a few minutes of your time.
I would like to know about this girl named Penelope.
Oh, I never heard all I know. An old friend wanted to ask for the address of Julian.
Did he say who he was?
Someone called George.
George Aldaya?
I don't know. It's getting late.
Don Ricardo Aldaya was the richest man in the whole Spain. Went to the Fortunati's hat shop. Julian and his father combined their efforts to get the order completed and promised him that would recommend the establishment. On the due day of the orders, Aldaya realized he was going to be measured by a joke, which Aldaya laughed at his joke. Senior Fortunati was shocked because teachers would tell Julian that he's a scatterbrain. Aldaya thought of Julian to study at San Gabriel School. Don Ricardo introduced him to George. He became friends with Javier, who always wanted to see Penelope.
I came across a book by Carax. I have tried to discover more about him. Senor de Torres helped me.
What book?
The Shadow of the Wind. Have you read it?
I've read all of Julian's novels.
Have you kept them?
Years ago, someone came into my room and set fire to them. I suspect Fomero.
Inspector Fomero, why would he want to burn the books?
Francisco tried to kill Julian with his father's shotgun. If Miguel hadn't stopped him,
Why kill him? Julian was his only friend.
Francisco Javier was obsessed with Penelope Aldaya. I think one day he saw him kiss her. I tried talking to Jacinta Coronado, Penelope's.
The mysterious boy named Julian came to the house. Penelope would thought to hate the boy, but soon realized that she fell under Julian's spell. By then, Julian had become to have sleepless nights, writing stories to Penelope from midnight to dawn. They have exchanged letters and would spend days rereading it. I also found out about Javier spying on Penelope. Javier also saw Penelope with Julian and was jealous. Javier uses his father's shotgun and shot her 2 times.
Why? Who do we have here? If it's not my old friend, the man of the 1,000 paces. What brings you two here?
Nuria Montfort died in my arms. I think her last words were a message for you.
I didn't know where to go. I called your home a few times, but there was no answer. I was scared. Julian took care of me.
Where is he now?
He was waiting for someone who you could come with you.
Don't leave this room, whatever happens.
Don't leave me now, Daniel. Please.
I must warn Carax.
Where is he?
Downstairs.
Move back.
Give me the gun.
I will never see him again.
Take the pen and write it down.